guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. And you notice it's paused, which I don't often start a video with, but I just thought this was so funny with the mammoth with the big pointy hat that I had to keep that. It amused me. Anyway, he doesn't actually have a big pointy hat, it's actually that big spike there, but still, it cracked me up. So guys, yeah, so I'm Norsca, and let's speed this up. I'm against Shadow Online Gaming again. Still a friendly we had, just mucking about. But, you know, we can still learn from these, you know, little, sort of, friendly matches. You know, it's not very competitive. We're both just mucking about one evening. So, but you can learn a lot from it. And, this one, I think you definitely can. Certainly you know how to counter Norsca more efficiently. So, I brought Norsca. We've got a front line of trolls. And I've got a load of Marauder Berserkers. Great, just staple force for the Norskins. When they go berserk, they are just unstoppable. Absolutely fantastic. Great value. And anyway, so I've also got Wulfric the Wanderer on his War Mammoth, which, bit of a risky pick. Makes him a very big target. But then he does have a lot of health at 10,447. So it's going to be hard to kill him anyway, despite the fact he's such a massive target. And how much armor does he have as well? He's got 70 armor, which isn't too much, but still, that is a lot of health. So also, I've got a Shaman Sorcerer Fire, because, you know, against Greenskins, by the way, if they brought Black Orcs or something, it's nice to be able to give Flaming Sword of Ruin, give them fire attack, so they can help get through that armor. So that's always very handy. And also I've got a Skinwolf Werekin, which is absolutely fantastic. These guys are just great for killing large heroes. They've just got insane stats, like really powerful, do a lot of damage, really good hits, armor piercing, anti-large. They're really solid. You put them against, like, you know, a dragon or something, they'll just tear it to pieces. It's really cool. So absolutely love them. And also more anti-large over here. So I've got some Skinwolves armored here. Hidden, so that way when a flanking force comes around, they can charge out and, you know, hopefully get the jump on them. So we'll see how that goes. So if we look at Shadow's army, so he's got front line of goblins, all chevroned up a lot. It's a goblin themed army, as you'll soon see. So goblins chevroned up. These are actually way cheaper than just getting orc boys, but they're better in a fight with higher model count and everything. They actually perform better, which is very bizarre. And, you know, with the shields and stuff, yeah, silver shields, I'm pretty sure all boys have only got bronze. They're just a really good frontline force once you give them a few chevrons, and they're much cheaper than, you know, getting the same stats with orc boys. So, yeah, it's kind of weird that, but, yeah, they do great. And also that anti-large is definitely not to be sniffed at. Also, got a couple of goblin archers with some chevrons, so they're going to have much better accuracy with those chevrons, so that's good. Also, there's a giant, they're being led by a knight goblin war boss. And over here you can see Shadow's also brought 3 Goblin Wolf Chariots, and over here he's got a Goblin Big Boss, 2 units of Goblin Wolf Riders, one of which is the Moon Howlers, and he's also got 2 Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. And if we go over here, you can see basically the same. He's got the Goblin Big Boss, and then he's got 2 units of Goblin Wolf Riders, and then he's got 2 units of Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, one of which is Morgrov's Magi Marauders. So, so pretty cool force. But we'll see what happens. So, charge in here. They're supposed to be grouped, so the trolls aren't supposed to be running so far ahead of everyone. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think it's because these guys got in range, and so they immediately went, yes, they're right here, and charge. It's very annoying. And you see they end up chasing off the chariots, despite the fact I tried to get the group to attack his front line. But, you know, that's the nature of hard grouping of units and clicking charge. So, that's pretty frustrating. And you can see, taking a lot of damage from the archers here. And these trolls, keep an eye on these Norscan trolls, because you'll see their health goes down so quickly fighting these goblins. And the goblins are so cheap, but, you know, with that anti-large, they do great against goblins. So I throw a boat at them, because, you know, throwing boats, you got to do that. And here, so I'm getting the giant with Wulfric, and I've got the goblin Wolf Werekin, who's really solid in that. But, you know, my trolls are starting to run. Those trolls are terrified. These trolls will soon be running. So, yeah, pretty crazy. But the Marauder Berserkers, they are just chopping through the front line without any problems. So that's really good. But yeah, those trolls, though, my god, they're taking a beating. So here, the Goblin Wolf Riders get a nice charge at the back, and that's enough to scare away my trolls. So that's a bit annoying, but I have broken his front line, so now I'm only fighting on one side again, but I am getting shot in the back by range units on this side. So here you see I send in my Skin Wolves in the back, to try and get the jump on him, but you'll see it doesn't work out quite as well as I'd like, but you know, get some pressure on them. So you can see Wulfric's taking a bit of damage, but we've managed to beat the crap out of this giant, which is very impressive. Seriously, the Werekin and Wulfric, they just do solid damage against giants. It's really good to see. So yeah, look at that, he's getting absolutely ruined. So here you can see I've got my my skin wolves on some of their archers back here, but they're not doing great, to be honest. There's a lot of other guys around, they're all going to be shooting at them. It's a bit of a pain, and you'll see he'll send his big boss after them in a minute. So I'm about to lose another group of Marauder Berserkers, but then, you know, with a big boss and Moon Howler's in here, he's got his general in here, you know, there's a lot of strength here on this side. Luckily they all pull out, and now the Night Goblin War Boss is running away, so that's good. But now I'm basically just up against thousands of archers. Also, my trolls ran away. I didn't bring them back very quickly. And yeah, actually, I think Shadow should have just used one of his Goblin Wolf Riders just to chase them down, get rid of them for good. Because yeah, the longer they stay there, the more they're going to regenerate. They'll be more useful again when I bring them back. So always annoying about trolls. You gotta make sure they don't come back, or make sure you break the rest of the force so they don't get a chance to come back. So, yeah, still trying to deal with these guys. So, Goblin Big Boss on his own in there against all the trolls and everything. That is no place for him, as you can see. So, he's shattered and now dead. Trampled on by a mammoth. So, put a Vortex spell over here, try and do some damage, but honestly, they're too spread out, that unit formation. It was never going to do much. But I had Winds of Magic, I didn't really have anything else to do with it, so I thought I might as well. So, here you can see I'm sending my remaining 12 Marauders from that unit. And my trolls to come in here and try and destroy this front line again, because I want to trigger army losses, you know, I want to do as much damage to this front line as possible. One advantage that I do have, actually, is over here. You can see the Night Goblin War Boss. He's on foot, so I can chase him down. So that's good for me, because it will really just mess up their morale big time if I can kill their general. And yeah, he's one of the few units that can't escape me. He's one of the few units that can't outrun me. You know, all the chariots and the Wolf Riders, they can all run. And you can see he's got a unit of, he's got a Goblin Big Boss way over there. He was chasing off my Skin Wolves, so very annoying. But yeah, so we got rid of them. So I'll throw a boat at them, again, really loose formation, so it does almost nothing, but it's free, and I didn't have anything else to hit it with. Yeah, he made it very difficult for me. So you can see here, these guys sat around. They chased off all them, so that's good. So his front line's destroyed again. So that's nice. He's got about half ammunition on a lot of his units. Actually, these guys are almost run out. So he's still got some ammo though, spread out. So you know he could take out a few more units like that, and hopefully, you know, with cycle charging, it'll stop my berserkers from going berserk. So they won't get all the massive bonuses, you know, for that, for being in combat for a long time. So you can see over here, Moon Howler's charged in again, but yeah, they're not really great for taking out trolls, I'm afraid. So they soon get shattered. So that's a pity. But then he didn't really have many other targets he could have gone for, really. Yeah, they're pretty solid, to be honest. Goblin Wolf Riders, not the greatest against this kind of army with all the trolls in. So it makes it very tough. So here you can see the Goblin, the Night Goblin Big Boss, sorry, War Boss, and the Big Boss are now in here fighting, and he's trying to take out Wulfric. So one thing that would have been really beneficial in this army is the Rusty Arrows, because there are so many ranged units. Having just one that can sunder armor means he could have taken out Wulfric really easily if he'd focused him down with those, you know. So if he got the Rusty Arrows on him, sunder the armor, and then get his other, you know, like 10 archer units to start shooting at him, it would have been crazy how much damage they would have done to him very quickly. Because it means even, like, you know, the sort of really crappy non-armor piercing arrows would have done some damage, because the Rusty Arrows have got armor sundering. So they would have been able to get, like, chew through that health very quickly. I know he's only got 70 armor, but still, that's, you know, that's a fair bit of armor. Especially when you compare it to the, you know, just sort of the Goblin archers. Because, yeah, they don't have the best, you know, missile damage, 18, and not a lot of that is armor piercing. So, yeah, it's good to have. So, over here you can see everything's starting to break, because, yeah, their general got killed. Because he was the one guy that couldn't run away from me. So, yeah, so that's a win. So, a few things we can learn from this, I think, is you can't really rely on, like, a cheap front line as the Greenskins against Norsca, well, for anyone against Norsca, you have to have heavy hitters. You have to just get in there with shock damage, kill them as quickly as possible before they can start getting berserk and all the rest of it in. You also need to focus down the heroes very quickly. Because although, you know, Wulfric, only 59 kills, he was fighting a giant, his general, goblin big bosses, you know, he was fighting heroes like the whole time and he's fine. You really just get arrow fire on him quickly to kill him, help destroy the leadership, and, you know, especially with all this harass, it would have been great just to be able to have, you know, a few units of Black Orcs or something, because, yeah, Marauders, although they're really good in combat, they don't have the best armor piercing. So if you put armor in front of them, they won't get, you know, crazy kills. They'll do okay, but it'll be a hell of a lot of effort for them to get through a few units of Black Orcs. So you can pin them in place for a long time. And, you know, so if you had, say, some goblins in the front, because apparently they're brilliant against trolls, have them in the front with some Black Orcs, and yeah, they could have done some serious damage to the Marauders before they got out of control. Obviously they took a lot of arrow fire here, but the arrow fire would have been best served trying to take out Wulfric. They took out the Shaman, which is a good call, but I think Shadow should have aimed for Wulfric more. And having that armor sundering, if he'd brought the rusty arrows, that would have helped so much. So, yeah, a few things that could have changed, but I just don't think this was an ideal army for fighting Norsca. You've got to have that shock damage. You've got to take him out as quickly as possible. Just got to get that nice burst damage on there. Whether it means, you know, staying back and doing as much damage as possible with artillery before they reach you, and then having a nice armoured front line, or, you know, just charging in with incredible weapon damage and trying to chop them down before they can, you know, capitalise on berserk and everything. Who knows? But you got to get them quickly. You can't have a long fight against Norsca. They will win out, thanks to their berserk. So yeah, so it's pretty fun though. So you can learn a lot from these little friendlies. So yeah, so obviously love Shadow's themed army. I love it, but it's just so ill-suited for Norsca, it seems. So so that's good to know, I think. But yeah, I do love his themed armies. If you do like themed armies in Warhammer Battles, then go check out Shadow's channel. I'll have the link in the description, and you can go check it out. He should be covering these battles as well, I think. I'm not sure if he is or not, actually. I sent him the replays anyway, and he was kind enough to say, yeah, go ahead, you can put him up. So yeah, so go say hi, and yeah, tell him I sent you. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do comment, like, and subscribe. It all helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.